much about you. It's a pleasure to finally be here.
Mr. Grimondy, I've heard a lot of good things.
Well, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. So, from what I hear, 425 can help make me a lot of money.
Well, I do have to say I think we are one of the best consulting firms in the business. And I promise you that by the time we're done and you implement these changes, you're going to be looking at huge amounts of profit in the next year. What do you have to say?
I have to say, I think I'd rather see this in action than hear you tell me about it.
Alright, well, I do like to start with a challenge because with a challenge, of course, everything else seems easy when you get down to it. So let's be prepared for the hardest. Who is, you would say, your most rational gambler in this casino?
You know, lately there's been this guy that keeps coming in, and I can't seem to make him lose anything. His name is Mr. Ricky Tolles.
Mr. Ricky Tolles. Huh. So, Mr. Belmoff, are you familiar with framing effects?
Framing effect? You know, I don't believe that I am.
Framing effects are, without a doubt, one of the most important aspects of getting all the money you possibly could from your customers while they're here gambling away in your fine establishment. So you're familiar with the expression glass half full or half empty, correct?
I am.
Right, so we just look at it and we realize that that's a frame, a way of thinking. When you look at the glass half full, we're looking at a gain frame, right? And when you're looking at money, which we are in a casino, we want to get our customers in that gain frame so that they won't be thinking so much about the money they're losing, but instead the money they can gain, even if the odds are not necessarily in their favor. Time after time, they will end up giving you more money than they really should have. So, how are we going to implement that? Hey, Caroline, I need you to focus on something tonight. When you engage the gamblers at the tables, make sure that they're really focused on what they have to gain rather than what they have to lose. Can you do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. We've now covered framing effects and implemented changes to get your customers in more of a gain frame state of mind. You're going to see that this is really going to pay off in the long run. People never want to think about the money they're losing, right? I mean, you don't want to think about the money you're losing. So we'll put them in this positive mindset, and slowly they'll become less and less rational, making you a richer man, Mr. Belmoff. So, on to my next topic, alcohol. Let me highly recommend that you start providing alcohol for free. I know.
For free.
Hey, it sounds preposterous.
Do you know how expensive this is?
It is. I'm sure you have, if I'm correct, hundreds of customers every night, and alcohol can get expensive. But consider it an investment. We know for sure that alcohol does promote impulsive behavior, and upon steady consumption of alcohol, your customers will be acting more and more on emotion and less upon their rationality. So what we want is for the amygdala, the emotion part of the brain, you could say, dominating these people's decision making as opposed to their prefrontal cortex. And so that is why we're going to begin to provide alcohol for free, if that's fine with you.
All right.
So let's jump into temporal discounting. Research has proven over and over again that we tend to be more focused on the present rather than the future. And decision making is much more highly influenced by what we have to do right now or what we're thinking about than what's going to happen 20 years from now. How is this decision I'm making right now going to impact me in the future? So what I highly recommend you do next is we take down all the clocks in your casino. We board up all the windows, and all of a sudden, voila, your customers are stuck without any notion of time, forcing them to completely be in the present, engaged in whatever it is they're doing at that moment. Now, if we do this, odds are we may get people falling more and more for the gambler's fallacy, which is basically this notion people have that, oh, you know, if I've lost the last 5 hands, surely I'm gonna win pretty soon. I mean, it's bound to get better. Which is stupid if you think about it. I mean, we're not looking at the stock market here. So we're gonna take down the clocks, board up the windows. People all of a sudden will have no notion of time. They'll be more engaged in the present, and thus making decisions that they won't even realize are hurting them in the future, and therefore making you an even richer man.
I do like the sound of that.
Excellent. Okay. Now, availability heuristics. Are you familiar with it?
No.
Well, it's this notion that our thinking is highly influenced by the information we have available to us. So I know it's not what you want to hear, but you're going to have to let some people win. Keyword, some people. In the end, you're the one bringing in the big profits. You know, the fact some guy makes $1,000 one night doesn't mean you're going to be any more poor. So what we want to emphasize here is at least every 25 square feet, let's say, we've got a big winner, right?
All right.
One big winner, and you've got 10 people walking by who see this guy or lady, and they think to themselves, wow, that's a hot table. I gotta hop in on that. And, you know, inevitably, as statistics tell us over and over again, for every one winner, we're gonna have another 9 losers that are just gonna, you know, impulsively cough up their money, and it's gonna end up in your hands eventually. So, let's see what we can do.
Dealer has 17 and Mr. Barbosa has 14. Hitters stay. Hit. Alright, Mr. Barbosa has 21. And dealer busts. Well, I guess you're a winner tonight.
Well, it's been a good night. Table's looking good. I think I'm gonna call it quits.
I do hate to see you go, but as always, we hope you come back very soon. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Table's looking good.
I'm about to say,
Good
man, that's a good game. Wow.
Good evening, sir. My name is Oswald, and you are
Ricky Tolles.
Ricky Toll as well, Mr. Tolles. Good luck tonight. Mr. Tolles, hitter stay.
Hit me.
19. Hitter stay.
Stay.
Stay. Alright, dealer has 11. 14. Bust. Congratulations, Mr. Tolles.
That's how I do. All day. Every day. That's what we do. Never lose.
Mr. Tolles, you have 16. Would you like to hitter stay?
I don't know if I should put the 75,000 in or not. I don't know.
Hey Ricky, it's been a long time. That's a pretty good hand you got there.
I know, right? It's very
Yeah, I mean
complicated.
that's like $200,000 right there. What are you thinking about doing?
I'm gonna go ahead. Hit me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Tolles. That's a bust. And dealer has 20.
Care for for some more?
Nah, I think my tab is getting too high.
Nah, it's alright. It's all in the house tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Mr. Tolls, you have 19. Would you like to hit or stay?
I can't believe he asked me that question. 19. I do nothing but 21 or over. Hit me! Hit me! 21! 21! That's all I do is win!
Mr. Tolls, I'm sorry, that's a bust.
Did you go to school? This is 21.
That's a bust, I'm sorry. Mr. Tolls, you have 19. Would you like to hit or stay?
Is that my mind talking to me? Man, I am so wasted right now, and I have no idea what time it is. Maybe I shouldn't go all in on this. I mean, nah, who cares? I got plenty of time to fix my 401k in the future.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a bust. And dealer has 21. I'm sorry, Mr. Tolls. I guess tonight's not your night. But you know what? You can always come back next week and win it all back.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.